The air feels heavy, like a weight pressing down on my chest. I step outside and the silence is deafening. Once vibrant cities now stand still, their streets empty, buildings looming like forgotten giants. The panic set in weeks ago when the first reports came in, oxygen levels plummeting, a crisis we never saw coming. We thought we were invincible, that technology would save us. But here we are, gasping for breath in a world that has turned against us. People rushed to stockpile oxygen tanks, but they were gone in hours. The rich hoarded what they could while the rest of us were left to suffocate in our own homes. I remember the chaos, the desperation in the eyes of my neighbors as they clawed at the doors of stores, only to find them barren. Children cried for air, and the elderly whispered prayers, their voices barely audible over the rising tide of fear. Nature, too, felt the shift. Trees that once danced in the wind now stood still, their leaves wilting as if mourning the loss of life. Animals fled the cities, seeking refuge in the mountains, where the air still held a hint of freshness. The world outside my window transformed into a ghost town, a haunting reminder of what we had taken for granted. Days turned into weeks, and hope began to fade. I watched as the sun rose and set, casting shadows over the desolation. But then, something shifted. A whisper of change in the air, a faint breeze that carried a promise. It started with the smallest signs, green shoots breaking through cracked pavement, the soft rustle of leaves returning to life. Slowly, the oxygen levels began to rise, almost imperceptibly at first. It was as if the earth was taking a deep breath, reclaiming what was lost. I stepped outside again, and this time I felt a tingling sensation in my lungs. The silence was still there, but it was different, charged with a sense of anticipation. People began to emerge from their homes, cautious but curious. We looked at each other, eyes wide with disbelief. Could it be? The air felt lighter, the weight lifting just a little. We gathered in the streets, hesitant at first, but then laughter broke through the tension. It was a sound I had almost forgotten. Nature responded in kind. Flowers bloomed, their colors vibrant against the gray backdrop of our recent despair. Birds returned, filling the skies with their songs, a symphony of life that had been silenced for too long. As the oxygen levels stabilized, we realized we had a choice. We could rebuild, but this time with respect for the delicate balance of our world. We had been given a second chance, a lesson etched into our very being. The panic, the silence, the chaos. It all served as a reminder of our fragility. Together, we stepped forward into a new dawn, ready to embrace the future with a newfound appreciation for the air we breathe. The world was changing, and so were we.